So the Pittsburgh Pirates today, I thought this was interesting. They DFA'd Tyler Heineman, who was their only catcher on their roster, the only one. So designated him for assignment, and so now they don't have any catchers on their major league roster on their depth chart. So that makes the Padres a potential trade partner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We know that the Padres have been interested in Brian Reynolds in the past, but the asking price, the Pirates' asking price, has just been too much. Asking for C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore in the past, before the Padres obviously traded them to the Nationals, and the Padres were hoping that Gore and Abrams were going to be big parts to the franchise in 2022 and beyond before they got Soto. So that was not going to happen. But now they don't have a catcher. And Campy, he's still young. He's still probably one of the higher regarded catchers, I would say, among prospect people in baseball. So I think the Pirates could be interested in him, or they could try moving him to first base or another position. They do have Henry Davis, who they just drafted number 1 overall, I think, a couple years ago. So maybe they bring in Jorge Alfaro as a stopgap, and so it's not Campy that they want to go get. Maybe it's Alfaro. We've heard that the Padres are trying to they're thinking about non-tendering Jorge Alfaro. I think November 18th is that deadline, or maybe it's way after that. I forget the deadline, but they're considering non-tendering, not giving a contract to Jorge Alfaro. Maybe they can give Alfaro to the Pirates for a reliever. Pirates aren't going to be contending this year. Use Alfaro, the Pirates can, as a stopgap. Him, and then you bring up Henry Davis when he's ready. Who knows? They don't have a catcher on the roster, so I think they could be a potential trade fit for the Padres, depending on who the Padres want. Maybe they just give Alfaro up for a reliever like I just talked about. Maybe it's not Brian Reynolds for Campy, because maybe the Pirates say, we have Henry Davis. We don't want to give up Brian Reynolds for Campy. We'll save Reynolds for a bigger package that we can get from another team. I don't know how much interest there is in Brian Reynolds, though, to be honest. I don't think he had as good of a year this past season as he did in 2021 when he was an all-star. And as time ticks, there's less years on the contract, right? That's less of a return that the Pirates are going to get, right? So they're risking it here, getting a smaller return. The longer that they hold on to Brian Reynolds, the less they're going to get back. I think there's going to be interest in Brian Reynolds. Don't get me wrong there, but Abrams and Gore, like that amount, I don't think a team's going to be willing to give that up for Brian Reynolds. So we'll see. That's something to keep an eye on.